Aquarius, welcome. This is your reading for when? October 4th through 10th. I wrote it down. I get, just get confused sometimes of the date because I'm doing all kinds of different readings for different dates. And so then I have to check and see which one I'm doing this time. So this is a general reading. And so that means that all your guardian angels are here. I invite them before I begin. We do a little wee tiny meditation together about, all the Aquarius people who are tuning in. And so your angels come and they give me the best messages for you guys for this week, the one that's going to suit the majority of you. And, so some parts of this may not resonate with you and other parts may not. So no problem. That just means it's for somebody else. So you take the parts that you like, that actually suit you, so, when I say resonate, those are the parts that when you hear them, you kind of go, oh yeah, that's for me. And the rest of them, you might sit there and you might go, I don't know. I can't see how that fits in my life. And so those are the parts that don't resonate for you. No problem. Just leave those. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. So first thing your angels want you to know is that you can stand your ground. It feels like you've created a boundary not too long ago. Something that is very important to you. It took you quite a while to get to this point of feeling like you had to make a stand. And then you did, and the people around you, the ones who you've created that for, it's going to take more than just once for them to fully understand the significance of this, right? That it's going to take more than once for them to get out of their old habit of encroaching on that boundary, which up until recently, when you told them, they didn't know you had, right? Like to their credit, they can't know that unless you tell them or unless you indicate it in some way. And so direct communication is the best way. That way there's so much less chance of misunderstanding, or then there's no way that somebody can say, oh, I didn't know that's what you meant, right? Be direct. You don't have to be rude. You can be kind, but make sure that you are understood. When you say, I do not tolerate this kind of treatment from you. I absolutely hate that. And this is kind of a deal breaker. This is a big deal for me. And so I'm asking you to abide by this boundary that I am setting up. And then if they do it a couple of times and start to backslide, then it's time to stand your ground and confirm it again and say, it's still not okay with me for you to treat me that way. And that is not going to change. So you need to take this seriously. It's up to you how many tries you give them, right? Before you actually follow through with some kind of consequence. I don't know what that might be in your world, but standing your ground is the important part. Because if you let that backslide the first time, then there will be, then it's just that much harder to bring that into a full awareness, but full change, right? It takes time and repetition to get a new thing in and get the old thing out. And so when you don't enforce this or when you don't confirm that it's still important and backsliding is not to be tolerated, then it'll take that much more effort to get that change to happen later. Yes, so it's really important for you to, once you've set that boundary, to stick to it. Yeah, because it's your boundary. You're the one who that's important to. Other people are not going to enforce that or abide by it if it's not in their best interest, right? Even though it's not theirs. They don't mind being able to do whatever to you or in your presence or whatever. And so to them, it's not important. And they probably don't understand why it's important to you. But you do. So you're the one who's important here. You're the one who gets to say, no, you're doing that stuff again. Like, stop it. That's not going to happen. That's not going to fly. If you try it again, this is what I'm going to do about it. And then you have to follow through with that as well. Yeah, they're just showing me that this is actually all the characteristics of good parenting as well. So this may be that it's your child or children that are pushing this boundary, but it could be anyone. And it's not that they're being childlike or anything like that. They're being human. And so it's up to you to follow through and make sure that this is respected. Okay. So spend some time in meditation. It feels like, possibly the same subject of the standing your ground, creating your boundaries, knowing what they are, but it's also other things. Excuse me. So spending time in meditation is beneficial for every single person. And not everyone resonates with it. Not everybody finds it valuable in their own thing. So, but as soon as their resonance changes, their vibration changes, then it becomes a valuable thing. Like if it's something you've never tried before, give it a go. If you've tried it before and kind of didn't really find it valuable, try again, because you've changed and you might find that it's a great thing for you. And many of you are sitting there going, yes, I love meditation. Some of you have kind of been falling out of the habit lately. It's not a thing you've been using. And your angels are saying that it's time to get back to it and use that to create clarity for yourself. Now, there's lots and lots of different ways to do meditation. So you'll probably just want to look online and see what are some of those ways, what the actual, steps, techniques, things like that are, and maybe even what the purpose is, right? So that you can know, what are you actually trying to achieve by doing meditation? Do you have a subject in mind? Do you have a spot to do this or a time? Things like that, right? And you'll have to create that in your own life. It will not magically appear. If you don't make the time and the space and the knowledge of it to do it, then it won't happen. So of course, that's that's only logic, right? So make time, make space, create the knowledge for yourself. Do some meditation, be regular about that, and then after a month or so, review it and see what's happened in your life, what things have changed, how have you changed in response to doing meditation. Yeah, you might be surprised, is what they're saying. All right. That meditation really, really assists you with your personal inner healing. And they're saying, and with your ability to assist others with their healing, because it'll create a calm and trust within you, right? So then there's no need for angst. There's no need for getting bent out of shape, is what they're saying. You will understand that things are happening the way they're happening, I guess on purpose. And that there's no need to push against them because they're happening because that's the best way for them to happen. And so meditation will help you get to that point, which is hugely healing. Like when you can trust what's going on in your life, when you can realize that with your meditation you are creating this life with a different perspective, a different view of it, then you will be able to heal yourself. And just by observing that, other people are going to take note of it as well. It feels very much like there are people in your life who are really resistant to what you want to teach them. It's because you're making a big point of it. And so they're feeling like you think they are stupid and not capable. And even though you know that's not true, that you're just coming from a place of trying to help, but you can't do it for them. And you shouldn't do it for them. Generally, me personally, this is not my angels, this is me. I try to stay away from that word should or shouldn't. But that's what they're saying, that this is something you shouldn't even be trying. Accept everybody else for who they are, and that contributes to your healing. If watching you heal assists them in some way, great. If they are not in a position to be able to take that, to receive that as guidance, the observing you, then also great. Right? You're sitting there going, no, the goal is their healing. Your angels are saying, no, your healing. That's all you can do, is your healing. If there's some beneficial aspect of that for the people around you, then great. But if there is no beneficial aspect of that for the people around you, then great. Okay. So, music is also one of these key things. So, in meditation, a lot of people use tones. Like you've heard of the people who sit and they have a mantra or a tone like Om. I personally do not use those things, but many people do. But music of almost any kind, that's what the angels are saying. And I know that popular opinion says that, like heavy metal music and things like that is not good for you. They're saying that if it makes you feel good, then it's good for you. Personally, I don't find that it makes me feel good, but probably some people do, So who am I to say that that's not good? That's kind of the flavor of what they're giving me, right? And it's a consistent message throughout this whole thing. It's basically judgment. That who are we to sit in judgment of anybody else, of their choices, or of what's good for them, or of what they're doing wrong, and that's so obvious to us that they're doing it wrong, but it isn't to them, or if it is, they have not yet got to the point of being able to change it. And how dare we say that they're wrong? That's their life, not yours, not mine. So this music, whatever makes you feel good on the inside of you, whatever resonates with you, whatever feels healing, is what you will use. There are these beautiful singing crystal singing bowls that various people that I know use. And they are absolutely amazing. You feel the vibration go through you, or at least I do. And those are very healing. Those tones, the music of those. But you could just as easily be playing, the Rolling Stones. Who cares, right? Play what feels good. If it makes you sing along and dance around the house and feel joy, then great, because that is uplifting, no matter what the music is, right? So it looks like you have these new things going on. that you're meeting new people, making new friends. That is so awesome. And you know, a certain amount, they're telling me that these are like-minded people. They feel the way you do about things. They're also saying, though, that if there's somebody who has a difference of opinion from you about something or other, don't let that stop you. That is really minor. You know, it's rare that two people think exactly the same and feel the same about things. So just, you know, let that one subject not be part of the relationship, and take everything else, make new friends, and feel joy in it, and let yourself be open and receptive to those new people. Because, you know, sometimes we hold ourselves apart a little bit. You know, maybe there's 3 people that already knew each other for a long time, and then along comes us, and they open their circle to include you. It's tempting to hold yourself back a little because, well, they know each other so well for so long already, and I don't, and they don't know me, and whatever. If you leap in with both feet and just be truly, completely your own full, authentic self, then you will know right away if this group is a good fit with you or not. Where if you go in kind of a toenail at a time and hide your real self and don't state your opinions, then how will you even know if you're fitting there, right? So be all you, all at once, every minute, and that will draw the best people to you, the ones that really resonate, right? And so yeah, just enjoy all those beautiful new friends. It's awesome. And feels like maybe the same thing, new opportunity. So there's all kinds of new stuff going on in the world, and like, what does this feel like? It feels like, you know, it doesn't feel like career. It doesn't even really feel like a new home. It feels like something else. Like I don't know if it's a volunteer opportunity or a new craft to do, or new people to hang out with, or a new church. You know, something along those lines. I can't quite grasp what it is. And you know, it might be career and home, but it doesn't really feel like it. It's relationships for sure, but it's more. There's more. New opportunity. Just embrace that, you know. Go along until you feel it no longer fits, and hopefully you never get to that point, right? Yeah. Just have fun with this. It is a new opportunity, and you can take it, and you can feel good about that. Yes. Okay. This is awesome. So now we have the daily guidance cards, and let's just find one last little bit of enthusiasm. That's the word that they're giving me. One last little bit of enthusiasm. And so one bit of guidance. Here it is. The opportunity to forgive. This goes along with that don't be judgy thing that they were saying earlier. When there is somebody who you feel their behavior requires forgiveness, that means you're sitting in judgment of them. That means you're sitting there going, oh, they did that thing wrong, and that hurt me, or, you know, whatever. No, they're saying no, everybody else is doing their best. And if you sit there and say, oh, that was definitely not their best, that's you being judgy. You don't know what's their best, just as they don't know what's your best. So the opportunity to forgive is to yourself for feeling that way. Right. Know that any triggers that you have, so anything that makes you think somebody else has done wrong, is based upon past experience or past triggers of yours. that created that perception within you. And so it's yourself you need to forgive. When you get to that point where you can and have fully forgiven yourself for those things, then forgiveness of others is not required, because you won't feel that they need it. Yeah, truly a milestone. Okay. Aquarius, that was a big message for you guys. So can you help me now? Let's build up some energy and let's spread that acceptance across the whole world, the whole globe. So let's do this, and let's pretend we have the world in our hands, which we do. Quite literally, we do. The energy of the whole world in our hands, and we are capable of uplifting that whole energy of the whole world by offering acceptance, by feeling in our heart that everyone is already perfect. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Aquarius, I want you to know how much I appreciate you and how much I love you, and I will see you next week.